43rd District, right?
Yes, that's right.
He's in it right now. He's a candidate this year as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Kevin.
Okay, thank you. It's an honor to be back
Great.
on Grundy County TV. We've been on there many times. We appreciate the invitation from the group here. My name is Kevin Dunlap. I am the state representative. I've been in office for 21 months. We were elected in 2014. Was born and raised in Warren County in Rock Island on a farm there, a dairy farm. My grandfather put the farm together, and we milked 110 Holstein cows.
Okay.
When I went off to college at UT, my dad sold the dairy cattle, and now we have beef cattle there as well. So I'm a beef farmer, public school teacher. I've been a school teacher for 15 years.
You also got an award in 2012, correct?
That's right.
Teacher of the Year?
That's right. We were Warren County Teacher of the Year in 2012. The McMinnville JCs awarded us the Young Educator of the Year as well. But education is very important. But I'm married. My wife Laura and I have three boys: Jackson, Brooks, and Wilson. They are 10, 9, and 21 months as well. When I was sworn in into office, my youngest son was 1 week old. He was born January 6, 2016. And so I always know how old he is from when we got sworn in to the legislature. But to kind of tell you a little bit also about me, my mother raised my father and mother raised me in Rock Island, Midway. We grew up on a farm. My wife and I, we have those three kids. I know I'm repeating myself.
That's okay. We love to hear about your family. That's awesome.
And I've been a school teacher for 15 years. I'm a deacon in the Church of Christ in McMinnville at Central Church of Christ. And we have been honored and privileged to serve the people of the 43rd District for the last 21 months. And early voting starts Wednesday, and so we're asking for your vote for our re-election in this seat. And it represents Grundy County, White County, and 2/3 of Warren County. And so we're conservative. The American Conservative Union has ranked us the most conservative House member in the General Assembly as a conservative Democrat.
Speaking of your conservatives,
yes.
Let's talk about your traditions and values a little bit. Let's just get into that really quick.
Right.
Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Absolutely pro-life. We are endorsed by the largest pro-life organization in Tennessee. I'm very proud of that. Tennessee Right to Life has endorsed my candidacy based on our record. We are pro-life, and you can go to my website. It's votedunlap.com. We're on Facebook as well. But I've been a Christian, since I was 13 years old, and I think the Bible is very, very important to a lot of our lives. I voted for the Bible to be the state book of Tennessee. It was vetoed by the governor, and I voted to stick with the Bible, to override the governor's veto. So, I'm a Christian, I'm a deacon, and those values mean a lot to me. So I stand up for that.
So your stance on marriage as well, then?
Absolutely, we are for traditional marriage. Always have been. The Tennessee Constitution spelled that out. We were given the title from the Family Action Council of Tennessee. I have this letter here from David Fowler.
Can they see that on Facebook, or where can they see that letter?
Absolutely. I'm going to hold it up right here as well. This is the Family Action Council, and they thank us. It says, Mr. Dunlap, now that the legislative session is concluded, you've had the opportunity to catch your breath. We wanted to say thank you for your service this past year. The Family Action Council rated us an advocate for families, for traditional values, for Christian values, for God and the Bible. So, the record is very, very clear. My opponent, I think, was in here.
Joe Sherrill?
Yes, Paul Sherrill was my opponent.
I'm sorry, Paul Sherrill.
Yeah,
sorry.
my opponent was in here earlier and made, some things that, were just absolutely not completely accurate. Do I study legislation? Absolutely. Did I say to him, we will study legislation? Absolutely. We study bills. There was a bill, and I'll talk about it a little bit later, but every piece of legislation that has come up on gay marriage, we vote against gay marriage. We stand for traditional marriage. I want to let the listeners also know that it was H.R. 529. Susan Lynn was a sponsor, and we voted no to saying that we disagreed with what the Supreme Court ruled in the gay marriage, decision. I think it's important to understand that no matter which party that you are in, there are Christians in Democratic Party, there are Christians in the Republican Party. And, the person who wrote the opinion in the gay marriage Supreme Court case was Justice Kennedy. Justice Kennedy was put on the court by Ronald Reagan. So you can look at many issues. The abortion, Roe versus Wade. I am pro-life. But the person who authored the Roe v. Wade abortion decision in 1973 was Justice Blackmun. He was put on the court by a Republican, Richard Nixon. So, I don't want to, get into negative. I've tried to stay positive in this campaign.
Right.
I know what my values are. I know what my convictions are. I stand on my record, and I want to tell the voters out there that you can go and look at our website, votedunlap.com. I'm a deacon in the Church of Christ, a Sunday school teacher. I have always been for those traditional values, those conservative values, and will continue to be that.
Okay.
And I, when your opponent, I guess, there's another saying too, a gentleman named Paul Harvey, like the rest of the story, and you need to be able to tell all the facts and make sure everyone knows a complete accounting.
Right. Well, I believe also Paul Scherer also said that you were hard to get a hold of. Is what's your take on that?
Well, I'll tell you this. We represent 65,000 citizens in White, Grundy, and Warren County.
Okay.
This is my card. I think he held up his card as well.
He did.
We've given out tens of thousands of these to citizens and campaigning all over. On that card, and I'll let you look, my cell phone number is on that card.
It is.
And my house number is listed in the phone book. We were listed in the phone book, in the cell phone as well. I do my very best to get back with every person who calls me and contacts me. Are there times it may be a day or two? Sure. I've got a wife. I've got 3 kids. And I'm a father first. And being a father is very, very important.
Right.
But we do get back with people, and of course that's the job of a state representative. So, it's, I guess, from his standpoint, I guess you can throw kinds of attacks out there all the time if you want to. If, he didn't mention any names, I noticed, as well. So, I'm saying stand on the record, stand for what you believe in. We're endorsed by Tennessee Right to Life, which says, it looks at our voting record and sees our actions. We are pro-life. We were family advocate by the Family Action Council, which stands up for godly Christian values and against the gay marriage. We are endorsed by the National Rifle Association.
The NRA, right?
The NRA has given us their endorsement based on our record. We are pro-gun. I support the Second Amendment. I support what Justice Scalia wrote in the Heller decision in the Supreme Court.
What was that decision?
The decision was that folks have a right to own a gun.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's the Second Amendment, and we stand behind that 110%.
Okay.
So, what I would just say is for folks that, may, after they see my opponent on the show, look at the record, look at the facts, look where we stand, look at our website. And that's what I think is most important.
Well, what are you proud of your accomplishments since you've been in office? Have you done anything
Sure.
you're particularly proud of, or what's your
Sure.
goals for the next term?
Right. What I'm most proud of, and I think I've said this on some of the programs before, I've been a public school teacher for 15 years. And our education system needs a lot of reforms to make it even stronger and better for our children to have good public schools to where they can get those jobs of the 21st century. We supported the governor with the Tennessee Promise, the Drive to 55. Tennessee is the first state in the nation where children have an opportunity to go to college, to community college, for 2 years for free of charge. And that's something I think we should champion. So I'm a strong advocate for public schools. Keeping our tax dollars for our local public schools is very important. We passed legislation, and the governor signed it. I proposed it. I led the effort on testing transparency. And what that basically means is that when our kids take tests in the schools, a standardized test, a TCAP test, that the parents have a right to go back in there and look at those test questions and look at those answers. Before we were in the legislature, that was not allowed. And so we got that legislation through. Bipartisan, being able to work with Republicans and Democrats to get things accomplished. That's what the citizens and the voters out in the district want. They want a representative who can work Republicans and Democrats together. It's not about getting on far extremes and then nothing gets accomplished and we have gridlock. It's about building consensus, working hard, showing your values of what you believe, volunteering. I've got my orange and white tie on, supporting the Tennessee
You do
volunteers.
a lot of volunteer work in your community.
Yes.
I saw that on your website.
Yes. We were the sponsor for the Interact Club for our school. Sunday school teacher, very involved with our church. And so, it's about giving back to the community and helping in those things is very, very important. So I just want to make sure that the voters do know that we are conservative, that we are pro-life,
okay,
that we are for traditional marriage, and that all of our endorsements and our record completely backs that up. And so they can visit our website, visit our Facebook, look at the record. The record shows that.
Say your website one more time for
Yes, our website is www.votedunlap.com.
Yes.
And you can find us on Facebook as well. We brought some Tennessee Blue Books as well today, and I know it's a very special day today. I think it's the 15th anniversary of GCTV, which I want to congratulate Stephen and Iva Michelle and Roger and all the group that work here and the many people that have worked here for the 15 years that it's been, I think, in existence. Mr. Mike Yarworth, and I know there's many, many others that have been here from the beginning. So we hope to see GCTV for many, many years to come, and we're honored to be able to be a part of this program and to be here.
I got one more question
Yes.
for you. What do you think about the presidential candidates
Sure,
today?
right.
I just
Well,
want to see your input.
yeah. Well,
What do you think?
Yeah, and here's what I think. Senator Ted Cruz said for the folks to go out and vote their conscience. Governor Haslam, I think, has made the comment that he's not voting for Trump. And what I have said from the very beginning is I've made no endorsements in any other races. What I'm totally focused on is the citizens of the 43rd District, to be the very best Tennessee state representative for them in Nashville. I want to take the Tennessee values that represents the people around here. I want to take that to Capitol Hill and Nashville. And I think our record shows that we've done that for the last 20 months.
Okay.
And then, I just tell the folks to study, look at the record. Don't just take somebody's word for it. Look at how they voted. Look how we voted on H.R. 529. Look how we voted for pro-life. And so the record speaks for itself. When you have the endorsement of Tennessee Right to Life, that shows you that you are a pro-life legislator. I am a pro-life legislator.
Okay.
When you have the endorsement of the NRA, the National Rifle Association, that shows you are a pro-gun legislature. We will defend the Second Amendment.
Okay.
And so those, I think, are very, very important. And I would just encourage folks to get out and to vote, please. That's the main thing. Tennessee was ranked the lowest voter turnout of the 50 states. I think we were ranked 50th, okay? And so it's so important that people get out and vote.
Okay.
It's so important that we get out and exercise that right.
I agree. All right.
Okay.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. That is
Thank
Kevin Dunlap, representing the 43rd District. of our great state of Tennessee. He's got a great tie on. That might sway my vote a little. I
Great.
don't know for sure.
Well, beat Alabama, right? We're going to work hard to do
Yes.
that.
Please,
Tennessee,
Lord. Just
that's right.
beat 'em. All right.
I thought we had it last week too, but we've had a great season.
Yes, we have. Well,
Yes,
thank you for coming. I appreciate it. We'll be right back with GCTV and some more buy trade, and sell. All right. Thank you.